But then on the other side, because I know Charles was saying you were thinking about buying a new
I
console
am,
soon.
yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to get back into it. I was always kind of just the hobbyist of a gamer, like just throw it on every once in a while and play and be online just to talk to you guys. And after a while, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get rid of this. I haven't played it in a while, but now I'm itching to get back into it. Just watching you guys play Warzone
What are
and
you thinking
everything.
about getting?
Going with the Xbox. I'm probably gonna do the Series X.
Okay.
Just kind of take the big jump. That way, I don't have to worry about. I was thinking about going with what is it, the Series S? Is that
Okay.
the other one?
Yeah.
But my thought process was I usually like to play like the cheaper older games. So like going to GameStop and finding this whatever used game from 3 years ago and popping that disc in for $10. And if you go with a all digital version, like that basically eliminates that as an option. So that was kind of my thought process on going for the Series X.
They're
It's fun doing that, man. Going to GameStop and just finding some like random gem in there and then popping it in.
absolutely,
I know Darian does that a lot too.
bro. I live at GameStop sometimes. Obviously, not so much since the pandemic, but
Yeah.
um, did I think they're both good choices, man. Obviously, I'm with you on the disc drive, which to me is like the funniest thing about PlayStation 5, the digital version, is you're pretty much trying to get. Not only are you getting a worse console in terms of like the CPU compared to the Series S, because the CPU in the Series S is actually better than the CPU in the PS5. But then if you're buying it side by side with the Series X blows it out of the water in terms of CPU, GPU, SSD, like pretty much all of the features. So it's just funny that they're marketing a inferior product for the same price, but people are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
And then it's like you said. So if you want a disk drive, you pretty much have to pay the same price as you would for a Series X, but you're pretty much gonna buy it just because you don't like Xbox. And it's like that point is fucking ridiculous to me. It's like a waste of money. And then it's also like PC guys are always like, oh, you should just build a PC. And then it's like, dude, and it's like, dude, I don't have $3,000 to just spend on a computer just to play video games when I could spend $500 and play damn near the same quality of game that you're playing, and I can play like more games that don't even come on PC, like because it's just games that don't come on PC
Yeah.
that you can't. So
And if your friends don't have a PC, like you're gonna sit there talking to yourself in Discord.
pretty much, bro, and that's the other side of it. But yeah, dude, I mean, if you're already planning on getting a Series X, then there's really not even anything that I can tell you versus just be prepared to be amazed
Yeah.
because
Yeah, especially when with that 4K and all that stuff. I think you had the series or the Xbox One original the first time, right?
Yeah, that's the last
Yeah,
console that I
and
had.
that's the one that I have too. It's not even in 4K. Like that shit's gonna look pristine. And then you can, get in on helping us carry Sean.
pretty much. But I'm
Nothing has
still
changed then.
yeah, I'm still I mean, they said they're gonna integrate Warzone into the new Call of Duty game in December. So I'm still interested to see how that's gonna work because this season of Call of Duty ends in November. So I'm very curious to see if they're just not gonna have a season of Call of Duty at all until December starts. Um, but I'm not entirely sure how they're gonna do that. It's,
Because the weapons and stuff from Black Ops are integrated if it's between level 1 and like 55 that you unlock it in, I think, right?
yeah,
So you wouldn't be able to use any gun that you unlocked in the season of Black Ops.
but that's what I mean. It's like, are they actually gonna
Yeah.
have? Are they gonna have a season? Because it's like they're saying that the game's not going to be integrated in the Warzone until December, but the season ends in 21 days, which is
Yeah.
shortly before December. So it's just like I'm just curious if they're not going to just not have a season like just not have anything at all until the new game starts, or if they'll at least have a battle pass for the new season, and then you wouldn't be able to play it anywhere. I don't know, man. It's a weird time right now because I don't even think they know what the fuck they're doing because
Probably not, dude. Honestly, it's what it sounds like.
yeah,
Because normally, like, you hear something by now about the new season if it's coming out, like operator, or like there's like a rumor of a gun that's coming out or something like that. But I haven't heard any of that. So they're probably just going to see how it goes on launch. But I'm really curious to see what the difference is in the weapons from Modern Warfare to Black Ops. I know some of them are the same, like the M4, but I'm curious to see like the recoil patterns and stuff like that from to see if, because the M4 is kind of a jumpy gun itself, but in the beta it wasn't for Black Ops. So I'm curious to see if that's going to make a difference or not.
yeah, I'm sure they'll put out like a pretty large patch notes on what's they actually
Oh,
changed from the beta to the actual real game. Do you
oh,
have a
they like their updates.
do you have a 4K TV, Johnny?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
good.
so I plan on plugging it into there and just enjoying all the glory of it.
Well, I was gonna say if you don't have a 4K TV, you might as well just get the Series S. Um, but you're good to go. Yeah, man. Like I said, I have the Xbox One X, which is a step up from what Charles and Sean have, and even still, man, I've been very impressed. But the very first video game I ever played was Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega Genesis. So like I'm an old man, and I've been obviously gaming with Charles for a long time, and it's like every generation they come out with is impressive, man. Um, so and I'm actually very excited just because one of the features they have, Johnny, on the new Xbox is called Auto HDR, which it actually applies like almost like the way I say it is like a new layer of paint. So all of the like 360 games like you were just talking about will have like a fresh coat of paint on them. So they'll even look different on the new Series X than they would on the Xbox One. They even said like Grand Theft Auto 4 is running at like 60 frames per second from 360 on the new Series X, and it looks like it. I'm telling you, I've seen like the previews they put out for it, the gameplay. It looks good, man. And that's going to be pretty much every game, like across the board. That's a feature that's going to be unique on the Series X. So pretty much all of the older games that you play should theoretically look
Yeah.
different. Um,
And you'll be able to play you'll be able to switch up between four games at one time with no, load times or anything too, which is going to be pretty cool. So the time will come, but when you get pissed off at Call of Duty, you can just switch over to a new game with just a click of a button and you're right where you left off in that game. And you
I
can
get
do that between like four different ones too, which is kind of dope.
I
Yeah, that
got
is kind of cool.
I got my girlfriend into gaming, so she's in love with Call of Duty now. I can't wait to. I'm really excited because she's never played zombies, like the zombie mode
Yeah,
in
dude.
Black Ops. So that's a very unique game mode to Black Ops. I think it's pretty dope.
And you start with your loadout now, right? From what I've heard in zombies instead of a pistol.
Dude, I'm still very confused on that's what they said, but then if I'm not mistaken, I read because they put out some stuff on it. What was it like a
Yeah.
few days ago that you were talking about, and
Yeah.
they didn't really clarify if that was still the case. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like
I
I might as well
kind of
just
hope they start you with a pistol, just
yeah. That's what
because that
that's what you wanted.
yeah that makes it like you gotta if you have your loadout, like, you're good for the rest of the match. All you're doing is buying like perks at that point.
Right.
So
Yeah,
perks
because
and
don't the
ammo.
levels build on each other? I remember you would
Yeah,
start out with like 5 or 6 zombies. Like if you've got your loadout, you're destroying that first level in 5 seconds. Like
Yeah,
takes away some of the fun.
because like you'd be hitting the crate to keep getting like a better gun, so you can deal with like a larger crowd of zombies at one time. But it, if so, that's like, and then you get money for like replacing boards and stuff like that, and like meleeing zombies gave you more. So I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with that, but it's definitely gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Video games, such a great escape from the reality that we live in now. But I've always, like I said, I've always been a pretty big gamer, uh, especially when you have games like The Witcher and Mass Effect, and you can just literally disappear for 3 weeks and just be playing one game.